Somebody said, watch the king of Akash. Ooh. Okay, hold on. Let me. Let me revamp. No, chill. No, chill. Wait, can I say that on Twitch? Oh.
You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
What I find corny is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period.
Akash only dates brown. Akash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife.
I've seen 4 people on the screen right now whose existence I vehemently disagree with. I've seen 4 people on the screen right now whose existence I vehemently disagree with. I didn't know anybody involved prior to me clicking the link. But it's okay. I'm in it now. It is what it is.
Loyal through and through.
Different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Yo, what do y'all be saying?
Let me ask you this. Do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe. Yeah. I remember I was just like, what?
Why am I laughing? Because it's probably not true. But we gonna see. Maybe she telling the truth.
She was 22, I was 31. There was an age gap.
Sometimes.
Oh. Well, goddamn, nigga. Yeah, of course. Maybe she did. Maybe she not lying. What? You got with an infant.
Get so painfully nostalgic for college. So I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses.
Oh.
Damn. You didn't say that. Tell me.
Oh.
You did not just say that.
All right, so boom. I've said for years, I really don't care what people got going on in their personal lives.
I do. I find it incredibly funny. It's very humorous. I don't really care either, but though I can still peer in for a second and laugh, at least on the internet.
However, when you post onto the global platform that is the internet,
Facts.
and when it comes across my desk, it is now my business. Obviously, the individuals that you just so happen to see there is Akaash Singh, one half of the very successful
Bro, you got your name in highlighted letters in the back of this office that you got going on now. So I automatically want to laugh. But I am going to take this serious because you taking it serious. Because you take you serious, I'm going to take you serious too.
Podcast Flagrant alongside Andrew Schultz, and a very successful stand-up comedian in his own right. Unfortunately for him, the funniest thing about him
I'm not hating, I'm being honest.
Is his relationship.
Different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
What are you doing if your wife tells you this though? I mean, you gonna ask? Why does she offer this information? Who give a fuck?
Ask you this. Do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe.
When I was in college, I dated this guy. You know, he didn't want to fool around when I was on the heaviest days of my period. Okay, totally understandable. I get that. And I was like, oh, great. Good news. My period.
Why are you telling me this? Why is this information available readily on the internet? Now I get some people gonna be like, Sean, you've told us some crazy shit too. I mean, fair. I'm not married though.
It ended, we can have fun tonight, blah, blah. And he was going down on me. Wouldn't you know it, I was still spotting. And also, if you're poking around down there, more blood can sometimes come out, even if—
I've never told y'all nothing like that. No, I have. Oh God, I'll be forgetting though. But it's not that bad though. When I was green, it's different. A virginity story where I accidentally wiped my own semen on my face because I had wiped it off to somebody else out of immediate I need to see again after a squirt or whatever the case is. It's completely different than her saying, oh wait, I'm on my period, but wait, no, actually I'm not, but wait, ooh, what's that? You know what I'm saying? That's completely different stories.
If your period is over, I swear to God, I thought my period was done. He looked at me with so much disgust.
He's not a Sean disciple.
And I'll never forget that moment. I felt so ashamed and so dirty, and he was how could you do this to me, and all this stuff. Ruined the night and whatever. And he was my boyfriend at the time.
So according to Akash, you were a virgin when the two of you got together. He was 31, you were 22.
That's still crazy to me. 31 versus 22, 10 years. See, the age gap thing don't really bother me if the person who's younger is at least 23, 24. If the person that is older in the age gap is around 29 to maybe 30 or 31 maybe. You know what I'm saying? But like, you can't have a decade age gap, and the person that you with being on the younger side is like just coming out of the teenage, you know what I'm saying, bracket. That's just kind of crazy.
You hadn't had any experience, but you said when you was in college, usually that's between age 18 or late 17 to 22. You had a boyfriend who you couldn't do something on a particular day because you were on a period.
Right.
So that would signify that there'd be use of the vaginal area.
I mean, that don't make you a non-virgin because you got ate out, though. Let's just keep that a thou wow. You know what I'm saying? I just happen to be one of the rare people that got ass before he got head, which is crazy as fuck. Which is why I tell people there's nothing wrong with waiting to lose your virginity, because it's a way different world in the mouth than it is in the ass. That's what I'm saying. That probably came out so much worse than I meant, but the way I describe situations, you know what I mean. Like, break apart what I'm trying to say, because it doesn't come out the way that I think it's probably coming out, but you get what I'm saying. But you get what I'm saying. I'm not about to keep going back and forth. Y'all know what I mean. That don't mean that she is not a virgin, though, basically.
Hence, you still decided to go and run said red light. He went down on you. That's terminology for cunnilingus. You were talking about poking around. That would signify some form of penetration, right?
No, with the tongue. If he got terrified. Okay, listen. I'm not saying niggas have ran red lights with the penis. And they'll pretend like, oh my God, that's disgusting, but they just don't say shit about it. If you are eating somebody out and you just find, yo, that's not the color that that's supposed to be, I could see him having the reaction that she said that he had if he was going down. So they might not have been, you know what I'm saying, having sex.
And I touched that nigga.
She could be completely valid.
So we're hearing the same things, right?
Somebody lies. Yeah. Now somebody, I don't know who, but I'm telling you, somebody's lying. It's two completely different stories.
God, I'm actively trying to have an orgy because, and you haven't seen Nav yet, but wait till you fucking see him. His body goes crazy. His face
She got that vocal inflection that I hate. It's okay. It's not my wife.
part always slays, never declines. And it's kind of weird because I'm talking about your husband. I just know that Nav's dick is like at least 10 inches.
I beg your pardon?
She kind of talked like a virgin too, low-key. I believe her, actually. After a couple clips in that story, low-key.
I can extend a little bit of grace. We all have different sense of humors. And on top of that, this could just be rage bait or clip farming, because you got to recognize they just started this podcast. So they got to do what they got to do to mess around and get monetized and get more eyes on what transpires. So perhaps a woman talking about another woman's husband's manhood in front of that woman.
I forgot she married. This changes a lot of context because she married.
Posted into the ethos of the internet is enough to go and generate clicks, but that's neither here nor there.
Different. My wife also hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect.
Look, I get it, okay? Either she did or she didn't. Who knows?
A lot more.
Let me ask
I
you
don't
this.
think she did at this point. She's given me like 3 examples of her definitely almost 100% being a virgin.
Wow. Do you believe her?
If you've seen her, then it's hard to believe.
Okay, I have 2 butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up.
Okay.
And I like...
This is actually another great example. Doing butt stuff. I mean, low-key so far, she's in the green for me.
Like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore. Oh my God.
Wait, this sounds like a completely different story. Hold on. What do you mean?
I have 2 butthole stories. So one time I met this guy on Tinder and I made the dumb
You woke up and your ass was sore? What are you saying?
mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to fucking hook up. And I like woke up in
Sweetheart, you're telling me a completely different story.
the morning and like my asshole was a little sore. Oh my God. And I remembered that I was like trying to finger me in my asshole. I'm like, first of all, we were not on those like terms.
My wife also
I'm gonna need a little bit more context to the story.
hadn't had any sexual partners, so that helped us connect a lot more.
Let me ask you this.
wow.
Do you believe her?
How are we skipping past the... I'm just
Right,
missing
when I got to
context. I
college,
gotta
I
be
was
missing
like,
context.
oh my God, it's like open season and like all these guys are like starting to give me attention and like everyone's being so social. And literally like the first guy I met on the first day I moved in, I ended up dating him on and off for a year.
Open season? That's a very odd terminology to utilize when you're talking about not engaging in carnal knowledge. And of course,
You know what? I'm so glad we interact with Red Pill content. Like, in and out every now and again, because it lets me know niggas don't really talk to women. They assume that every woman by default is fucking everybody, especially if she looks good or like somewhat decent. This girl is kind of cute. So they're in their mind probably thinking like, there's no way you don't got at least 1,000 dicks in your phone. Like, you got to. It'd be so many girls that never got any attention throughout their life. It doesn't always manifest in them fucking like 1,000 different people. Off everything she said so far, I genuinely believe her now.
Together with a 9-year age gap. And
I
she was
laughed in the
22 years
beginning.
old, so of course you
Or she's just a hoe? I don't believe that. She talked about butt stuff. She talked about it being open season when she got to college, which means it's probably some parental intervention that was, or parental and or religious intervention that was preventing her from going crazy and going buck wild. Then when you get away from the fam and away from the authority figures, you can do whatever it is that you want, but you still want to maintain that religious value or core, so you can do everything but vaginal penetration. I understand what she's trying to say.
have to take her word for it, despite the fact that earlier we heard her say,
when I was in college, I dated this guy. You know, he didn't want to fool around when I was on like the heaviest days of my period.
Ain't no parental intervention in college. Bro, y'all don't understand the trauma that some parents impose on their children. If you tell your kid every day you're going to hell if you let a dick in you, and this is also a woman that's going to be hoe-shamed if she does anything, yes, that is going to play with the decisions that you make ultimately when it comes to your sexual partners and the things that you do later on in life. Yes, it will play with it. The parental intervention is one of the most important things and reasons why people act the way they act or have the sexual rules or basis for that they have. 100%.
Okay, totally understandable.
That means everything.
Understandable, I get that. And I was like, oh great, good news, my period ended, like we can like have fun tonight.
I don't know what the Indian version of hell is either, by the way. Is it regular or no?
Blah.
It's not weird at all. 100% something a virgin would say.
I don't know if you watch The Boys, but I love him on The Boys.
I never watched that show, but like he's on my hall pass list.
Oh yeah.
Chase Crawford, Jacob Elordi, Austin Butler, and who else?
Michael B. Jordan. I love a pretty boy, which is why I like Chase.
Niggas theorizing about other strangers' virginity on the internet. What does the world come to? You're right. However, when you make this a focal point of your like marketing strategy and you talk about it so much, people will respond to it. When you go on podcasts and reveal parts of your personal life that nobody really asked for, people will pontificate, make videos, make content, blah, 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 blah. If that's the world that you wanted to create, you probably, if that's the world that you don't want to be in, you probably shouldn't tell people about your sexual prowess or lack thereof on the internet, especially when you have a podcast kind of dedicated to you talking raunchy in this style. People are gonna talk about it, you know what I'm saying?
Crawford, Michael B. Jordan, they're all so pretty.
Okay, Dean Thomas from the Harry Potter movies.
Okay, she brought up a list of men that she would ultimately have the hall pass for unprovoked.
He making a content to attack another guy, though, by attacking his partner. I don't think that any of these people probably care about the dude that they're talking about right now, this Akash guy. But I don't like the Akash dude because I feel like he's a bitch. And he probably sits next to the Andrew Schultz dude and he just allows shit that isn't funny to go because he's afraid of confronting the A-Mike. So that, to me, is why I even engaged with this in the first place. I saw the nigga name and I was like, you know what? If there's any opportunity to humiliate this nigga, it's got to be hilarious, and that's why I looked. Second of all, finding out that his wife claimed to be a virgin through this video and that she might not be was funny. But now it's not even about her being a virgin or not. It's just about the things that she says where I'm like, damn, his wife might be a loser. And now it makes sense if he picked her. Not gonna lie, that's kind of fucked up.
That's not weird.
What kind of porn do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Like, this is all shit that women who be fucking around don't say.
Not weird.
But she is on a podcast too. You got to keep that in mind. I don't be asking niggas what they be into or like or do anything when I'm not on stream. So this could just be, you know what I'm saying, or making content out of nothing.
What kind of porn do you watch when you use a vibrator?
Okay, not gonna lie, I don't watch porn while using a vibrator.
That's a normal woman response. That's a normal woman response. Any woman I've talked to before, they got a vibrator, they got a toy, they got the little rose. They don't be watching shit. Just gonna be honest.
What? I just think my imagination is vibration enough.
What?
I just think of like my own husband while I'm like doing it.
Wait, that's kind of baller, but I could never do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she horned out. She horned out. She horned out.
Oh, you guys are dramatic. It's not that big of a deal that she unprovoked discloses that she's incapable and unwilling to envision her husband, her spouse, engaging in some form of...
I mean, look at this nigga though. Come on. Let's be honest. What bro name? He's 40. Wait, hold on, my nigga.
Unwilling and incapable of envisioning her husband and spouse doing it to her. That's not weird.
I think it's more weird that people have to think about they spouse. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but I really don't want to know, you know what I'm saying, when I'm with somebody, what they masturbate to. I feel like if we've created a space for us to be intimate with one another, I also don't have to invade the space where you pleasure yourself too. That's just me personally. No partner I've ever had has asked me what I get off to or do I masturbate to her in the same way I would not ask, yo, can you think of me when you are, you know what I'm saying, flicking the bean, please? I just don't think this is a conversation we'd ever have, number one. But I'm just saying, like, if I had to be let in on that information, I would most likely not want to know. The closest I feel like y'all should be when it comes to, like, that pleasuring aspect is her asking you to watch. Or maybe you into that and you ask her to watch or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice little compromise, but I don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't really want to know the other parts, I'll be honest.
I was eating buffalo chicken wraps every day. I was straightening my hair with my French tips. Like, you could not tell me nothing. And I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through. So it's like...
So you was just eating up hella dick. Like, it is a shaky, what do you call that? Bridge to try to make your start off of, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you catapult it, what are you catapulting this into? You get what I'm saying? Because the attention that you receive from the virginity shit ultimately is going to be negative for a good portion, though I don't know how well her podcast is doing. Maybe her podcast is going crazy.
In a white boy frat house, you did things and hooked up with individuals. You were on your reds, on your period, and you had a past boyfriend in college who...
I mean, can't these things all just be true? Like, you're trying to paint a discrepancy here. It's like, what do we do here? I mean, all of those things are true. They just didn't lose their virginity, but they fucked around. What does this mean?
You couldn't do anything because it was a heavy flow, but then when it became rather light, he gave you kind of late. I mean, this is all that you stated.
This is true, and that is why people want to know.
Like a girlfriend, like I'm just asking.
No. This is bad. No, God, Jesus. Okay, she's humiliating this man. You did not make a video about Luigi I don't even know. I was gonna try to pronounce. I'm not gonna try to pronounce. I can't do it.
For a friend, like how was he in a committed partnership? He's giving, you know, I just bought you these flowers because.
Barry, I'm not gonna lie. You gotta take that nigga dick out of your esophagus. Holy shit, you did not just say that to me.
Okay, I have 3 questions.
Yo, she looked just like him though. What the fuck?
Well, that's a little weird, given that man's wife, in this case, Akaash Singh's wife, Jocelyn, was online lusting over Luigi Mangione after the whole scandal.
Mangione, that's the name. That's not a bad last name, I'll be honest.
Last year, where he shot and killed a healthcare CEO, so much so to where she was now put into a compilation of other women who were lusting over the man. And
now, I don't think that this is a good idea, but maybe the content is her feeding into people thinking that I humiliate my husband, which is a horrible content strategy, I feel like, for his reputation and for your own. But maybe, you know, you're waiting on a moment like this to blow up, and it's like, all right, maybe I could funnel all of this traffic to this particular thing. It don't count as losing your virginity. It's definitely, what do you call that? Like a sexual act, but it's not the same as losing your virginity. No, it's not. And that's why people default to the outside stuff more, because you can still do a lot of stuff without entry, but you feel like that's probably what she was relying on.
That's normal. I mean, normal spouses have discussions.
So if I sucked another man's as a gay man, how was that not sex? Entry in my mouth. Nah, I'm not gonna lie, you still a virgin, gang. I wouldn't tell a woman because she sucked a oh yeah, nah, you like that out here in the streets now. I'm just being honest. Until you spread cheeks, bro, hey, no bodies. Lesbians? I mean, lesbians got a different threshold. They don't have anything to use for entry that's like not artificial. So whatever they decide, that's up to lesbians. Ask a lesbian about that. I don't know about that. I can only speak for niggas that got entries that can use entry. You get what I'm saying? If all I'm saying is virginity is what you make of it, it's a social construct, bro. What are you talking about?
Okay, another question. Was Akash not eating pee like at all? Like orally he was a virgin too? We're in enemy territory.
I don't know when I'm a break this stun lock. Hold on. There's a point. All y'all need to re-encrypt. I think there is a layer. There are points where you try to get too much information about things. There is a point where you try to do that. I think a couple of you have reached that point. There's been a lot that has been exposed to me in recent minutes, and it's told me that I am at a healthy level of skeptic and what do you call that? There's two levels in between. Like, it's a level between skeptic and progressive. Niggas probably progressed too far. We need to regress. We need to regress a bit. I don't know where you need to go, but the direction needs to be back. This is a regular misogynistic POV that you somehow got.
And I touched that nigga. It's going down.
Am I a mouth virgin? From. I didn't expect this out of y'all. I'm gonna be honest. It didn't break me. This broke you. Not you, but this broke chat, and by default or by response, chat broke me.
Think of it like this. We're learning more about things we don't normally app about. It's okay. We're human.
I'm not really learning more, though. I'm more so wanting to know less. I just don't understand how we got here. I know how we got here. You see a video, you press play, and you watch, but I didn't expect to go, like, nobody expected this.
Be a little upset about this thing, and I'll be like, what the fuck?
You know what? We don't have to do this, though. I'll be honest with you. We don't all need this. The next time one of you niggas is thinking about buying a Shure A7B3 microphone or whatever the fuck it's called, or you thinking about buying a Electro Voice RE320, you know what I'm saying, and you thinking about getting a laptop to record your audio with an audio interface and a cute little muffin to put on the end of your shit so you don't accidentally scream into the mic and break the fucking sound every time you say pussy or something like that, you can just say no. You know? You can just say the next time you think about speaking at an extended period or for an extended period on a platform with a DSLR or a mirrorless camera in front of you, you can just say no. You know, the next time you think about inviting one of your friends on to pontificate with you on whatever subjects that you are, you know, thinking about, you can just say no. Not to make you seem like a loser, but like it is kind of loser shit to always talk about sex, but not really have much experience having it like that. You know,
not everything needs to be said on a podcast.
To an extent, though,
100%.
A
digital footprint is a real thing.
Yeah, but like you can have podcasts though, but like you know, it just get a little OD. That's all. But don't you just like realistically though, you don't have to have a podcast though. Like you don't have. This might be one of the most oversaturated markets of all time. Relationship-based podcasts, I really see no point. Sex-based podcast, I got like if it was an educational sex-based podcast, I actually think that'd be cool. But we're listening to amateurs talk about, you know what I'm saying, how many times you go in and out or whatever to get. I don't know. Like I could just imagine that the peak of educational sexual content that would be on a platform like this. And again, you're probably like, yo, why would you want to care about sexual content in an educational format? Because what value is it listening to someone who's never had it? I don't understand, but it's okay. But you don't have to have a podcast. Stop spamming a soundboard. You are trying to instigate me into spamming it, and so I will now not click it. But now if I don't click it, it looks like I'm listening to you, not my fucking father, bitch ass nigga.
Hey, I'm sorry.
You're a fucking virgin. My fault.
Sorry, just so they can go.
My bad. My bad.
She can't just let me be tired. I work 335 days a year. I'm so blessed to do what I do. This is not a complaint. But when I tell my wife I'm tired, I want her to say, I'm sorry, baby. I understand. That must be exhausting, buying me all these things. Instead, she goes, so am I. And if I dare open my mouth to go, what the fuck did you do that made you tired?
I hate people that do stuff like this. I'm gonna marry somebody that I know makes significantly less than me, and then I want them to basically be my emotional dustpan when I come home. I want to sweep all my issues and just tell you how difficult my day was. My nigga, you are in front of a microphone. You probably got marketing and shit like that, but my nigga, you're sitting on a, like, what are we talking about here? How hard was your day really? What are we talking about? Baby, just listen to me. What are you saying? Do you not know who you got married to? Why are you shocked? Every day, hundreds of thousands of niggas get with women that they don't really have a shot with, and then they get mad when the women act like women that you don't have a shot with. You know how you acquired this, and it's okay. Live your truth, brother. You're not my brother. You a bitch. But at the end of the day, you gotta live that. That's what you chose. Don't be mad now. Podcast format has done irreparable damage to a lot of people. But there's been like some level of self-importance that's been attached to a lot of these podcasts as if they hold or offer some level or higher level of value than they truly do. When in reality, 9 times out of 10, it's a conversation with you and your friends, which I think is cool. I think that's fine. But most of the time, it's like, damn, man, you got this selling point that's supposed to be here, and then you go here from the original selling point thinking that you're going to get a level of entertainment that's comparable to or better than the original selling point, and it never ends up that way. I'm podcast out. I don't want to make it like it's all misogynistic point. She's still a loser. Hypersexualized loser that definitely is a product of like overhanded misogyny and over policing of what women are able to do with their bodies, and that's turned her into a loser, unfortunately. Like, she was pushed into this life, but it's still her decision if she wants to try to break out of it at any point. However, in this stage, we have a clearly more hateable person in Akash, and now he's being victimized because his wife is kind of like a horny loser. And if that's why people are gonna hand him L's in this capacity, then that's why, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, what do you do? Just stop talking, I guess. Just stop talking. I mean, I get why people care if she's making him look insane, but I feel like he's made himself look way crazier being a part of, what is that podcast that Andrew Schultz has? I just feel like he's looked way crazier as a B-mic or a guest on that platform than his wife has ever really made him look. I mean, she's just adding to him being a loser potentially, but outside of that, I don't really know. I feel like there's a clear worse of the two if you're trying to make a 30-minute video like critiquing the lifestyle and XYZ of this.
Husband split finances, and I'm gonna be really
Oh yeah, no, well, you gotta get off the video. She talking about splitting finances, splitting bills and shit. Yeah, I'm cooked.